is the true genius of America. A faith in simple dreams. An insistence on small miracles. That we can say what we think, write what we think without hearing a sudden knock on the door.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, we got Angry Steve with us. Welcome, Jew Sets, episode 10 of Uncommon Sense. We got our boy, the Jew, with us. And
put me backstage for a couple minutes.
Yeah, no problem, man. You text me when you want to come back on or something, or chat it up. I don't do this often, but I am gonna pat myself on the back because this episode is a celebration. Crack open whatever you got. This is my 100th podcast of doing this crazy shit.
Well, we're going to make a special one tonight, Juice.
Well, I mean, look at what's happened just in my first 100 podcasts. So imagine what's going to happen in the next 100.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some debauchery.
I mean, I've had knocks on my door, you name it.
I hear you. I've
had people stop talking to me over that.
Yeah. Sam.
What? You've had people stop talking to you because you do the podcast?
No, I've had people stop talking to me because, I speak what's on my mind.
Oh.
I don't know. My friend of 30 years decided to, 20 years decided to, just ignore me.
I don't know this person, do I?
Of course you do.
I don't think it's that guy.
Well, that guy too.
Oh, okay. Well, that guy at least is on our side, but
he's on our side. I didn't say he's not on our side, but over this.
But the first guy I know?
Well, yeah, I will talk later.
All right, yeah, no problem. Hey, that's why we're not naming names. That's not what we do here. That's not what we do here. I'm going to adjust my green screen because I want my 100th podcast to be as pretty as possible. There we go. All right, that might be a little bit better.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit better.
It's dude, and even remember I was wearing that Piper hat. Now, the part that says it's yellow and red letters, the yellow part goes clear. It's really weird.
That's crazy.
Hey, how you doing, Jew?
I'm doing. What's up with you?
Waving at me. So I mentioned, I don't know if you caught wind of it. I mentioned that tonight actually is my 100th podcast.
Nice. So I
started doing this, and I was saying, some shit went down in my first 100 podcasts. So I'm really looking forward to the next 100.
Yeah, the next chapter, right? Yo, did you see that video I sent you? About
I was saving it for the show. Actually, I didn't want to open TikTok today because I wanted to be productive with my life. Because the second I open that fucking app up. You know the first thing that comes on my feed, right?
Yeah, of course. Hold on. You want to hear addicted to TikTok? That was me. Let me just tell you something. My old phone, okay? If the screen was white.
Hold on. I got to mute it. All right. It started already. The first video was tits on my feed. It's not even. I'm not even sharing my screen yet, but.
Whenever the screen was white on my phone, you saw the colors of the For You page, the little hearts. I'm not even joking. Screen. It literally, the screen stole the picture because it was constantly on the same thing.
You fucking burnt it into your screen, you crazy bastard.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, so here's the first thing to pop up.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's because your computer knows that you got blown off, so they know you need to release some stress. You know what I mean?
That's the only reason why I go on TikTok.
It's because they listen to you.
Dude, I had this one comment I made a long time ago, and it's gotten this is even short. It's gotten 15,000 likes, and it's too bad there's no way to turn those likes into follows or anything.
Yeah, no, there's no such thing.
Yeah.
Let's go to your page. Or the stuff you sent me, I guess I would have to like, and then I can see them.
Did I have any videos this week that I got dumb people on? I think.
I'm sure you do. That's a recurring thing.
Yeah. You know me. You know me. There's plenty to choose from. I mean, you probably didn't see the one that said apparently meat is racist now.
Well, that's why they've been fighting meat for a long time.
Yeah.
One of the videos you sent me got pulled down.
I'm sure they did because everything I sent you, I don't send you my videos because those aren't the ones I want you to be interested in. I send you videos that I see that are just fucking crazy and true. You know what I mean? That will get pulled down eventually. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to hide everything from you.
All right. So let me go to, I just liked a couple of the things you sent me. Obviously, it's not this. It's this and this.
Yeah, well, yeah, that one.
All right, so we'll start with Roger Stone here.
So, if you haven't heard about Trumparilla, you should.
Yes.
No, it's not a thin-cut steak served with a chimichurri sauce.
I'll be there.
It's a 3-day Trump extravaganza in Tampa from April 16th to April 18th. You can go to Trumparilla.com.
Do you need to get tickets?
More,
No.
You just show up.
Well,
so I'll be there, and you should be too.
Yes, I love Roger
did
Stone.
you hear what he said? He's gonna be
Parachute in.
parachuted in. There's actually, if you go to the site, you can actually buy a $125 ticket to hang out with him and friends with open bar, top shelf liquor. It's very tempting, but I have no interest.
I'm not above that.
Yeah.
I'm not above that at all. I'll buy it right now on the air.
Oh, I'm just you might be able to find a ticket. If you buy a ticket, I may as well buy a ticket too, because what the fuck?
I mean, dude,
I'm dead serious. Like, I wasn't gonna buy a ticket, but I was thinking about it. But but now that you're saying it,
dude,
I kind of make me want to fucking buy one too and get drunk with fucking
Roger
with Roger Stone.
Why not?
Open bar pays for itself, brother.
I know, and that's what I was saying to Justin, who was looking this shit up the other day. I was like, "Yo, that's kind of a fucking pretty good deal." I drink Jameson. That shit can get expensive.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I take 10 shots.
Top
10 shots. That's already $110.
Now you mentioned Top Shelf, right?
Oh yeah, it said open bar. Look it up. It's open bar top shelf.
No, because up here in Jersey, they'd never give you Top Shelf at an open bar, right?
Bro, if you're paying that kind of money, think about it. You get fucking 40 heads in there, spending $125 a piece. Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be some good shit.
And they're gonna get more than 40. They'll get more like 400.
Oh, absolutely. It's gonna be a fucking shit show.
I don't know how big Beer Island is.
No, it's not on Beer Can Island.
Oh, it's not.
It's in some Italian restaurant. Shit.
Oh, even better. Even my own kind.
Oh yeah, he's a big fucking he's a big Italian fella.
I didn't know Roger Stone was a paisan.
You never seen him with the fucking hats? He looks just like the old fucking 1940s mobster.
I mean, I've seen him in his getup, but I've never seen like the Italian side of Roger Stone.
All I know is that's where it's going down.
All right, let's check out this other video.
But when the heat gets hot in 2014 and 15, what do? You offshore the research. You fund the Wuhan Institute.
Dude, this whole series is crazy.
This stuff that sounds like it's getting a little edgy with respect to its morality and legality. But do you do it straight way? No. You run the money through a series of cover organizations to make it look like you're funding a U.S. operation, which then subcontracts with the Wuhan Institute of Virology. The U.S. could say China did it.
Hey,
China could say
politicians funnel money like that all the time.
Yeah.
Are almost telling the truth.
They're a bunch of fucking snakes in the grass. Every last one of them.
Yeah, I don't trust any of them. You can't trust them as far as you could throw them.
No.
Nope. Oh, I got a new sticker from a back window of my truck. It's not political at all, but it's kind of like how I feel about my life as well. It says, "How's my driving?" ? And then it says "complaint box," and it's pointing down to the bed of my truck.
There you go. That means a lot of people complain about your driving.
No, not even that. It essentially means I don't give a shit what you think. You could throw it in the back of my truck just like all the rest of the garbage
like all the other
in there. Exactly. I got enough shit in there. I could find another piece of paper. Ain't gonna hurt my fucking feelings.
I could tell you, I was down in AC for a couple of days. Went to Wildwood. Went to AC. Let me tell you a little bit about AC. Nobody wants to work down there.
Why?
They can't get
it's
anybody. Yeah, but the people that live there, they can't get anybody to go to work. They're giving them so much money with this unemployment that's extended for now a year at least.
Yeah,
right?
to sit home.
Right.
Home.
Plus, they were getting $600 extra a week. Then they were getting what do you call it? I don't know, the stimulus checks. So they're getting all of that. So they're making more money staying home than they ever did working down there.
Right. If they
Yeah,
want,
and that's socialism.
they want it. They want to come knock on my door. Why don't they make lists and look at people's income before you write them checks for more than what they're making at their fucking job that they lost?
Yeah. And wait, did you hear what Cuomo's doing now? Cuomo wants to give $15,600 to every single illegal that lost their job during the pandemic.
No, it would not just lost their job. Just give that to them. Like as
Whatever,
as
whoever
their
lost
stimulus.
any job, during all of this craziness. Like what? What?
No, you don't even have to have a job. They're just giving it to you if you're an illegal. So sign me right up.
Man, they have more rights than we do.
Yeah.
They do. Like someone said, I may as well just go to Mexico, jump the fucking border, and and just start all over again.
They're paying.
Because it seems like I'll get a fucking $20,000 fucking head start.
In Jersey, you get free college.
Free college,
yeah.
exactly.
I'm paying
Fucking
off my
shit show.
fucking student loans like a goofball. I should just stop paying.
Oh, I got one of those calls too. I've never fucking stepped in a college, let alone fucking gone to one, right? These motherfuckers are calling me. Yeah, we're calling about forgiveness of student loans. I'm like, oh yeah, what are you gonna send me? Like, motherfucker, I got a GED. That's as far as I got. All right, no student loans for me, pal. I got my own life loans. I don't have to worry about student loans.
But it's so bad down there. They are paying people $50 just to apply. Yeah, just to apply. Just all you got to do is just go there, fill out an application. They give you $50. That's how hard up they are to just get people to come in and apply, so they can try to offer them jobs.
My question would be, how many people are actually applying for $50, or to them is it not worth their time to get off their couch?
I don't think it's worth their time.
And then they're scared they might actually have to go on a job interview.
Yeah, then they're scared they actually have to work if they get offered a job. So, they're just riding the free money as long as they can do this. And it's not just there. I see this other places, but it was so bad down in Atlantic City. They're telling me this. They're telling me, they're like, I'm sorry, it took an hour and a half to get your lunch. We don't have anybody working. They won't come to work.
It's just unbelievable. That's how stupid.
And that's the biggest problem. They want to pay you for you to just be obedient and for you to just
for you to stay home, and then nothing can even open if it wants to, because it can't get the workers.
You guys are breaking up. Is it me?
It's you, bro.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be, the CEO or the director of the company, yet they won't even go to work ever. They just they're just entitled to be that, president of whatever company they want.
Well, it shows you how stupid government is at every level, local, state, and federal.
Yeah.
And they don't give a shit. They really don't care, because no matter what, they're getting paid, so they don't give a fuck.
And they have the power.
No,
exactly, and that's all. And that's all they want. They just want more of it. Power is something. As soon as you get it, it feels so good, apparently, that you just want more and more of it. And it's really fucking sad.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies. I don't know if you guys know. It's called Boiler Room. Do you know that movie?
I just got an Amber Alert.
And in that movie Boiler Room, the main character quoted it best. Notorious B.I.G. said, "Either you're slinging crack rock or have a wicked jump shot. Nobody wants to work for it."
Hey, that's why I got into sales, because I didn't want to have a real job.
Nobody wants to work.
But you got to hustle if you're in sales. That's the thing. You got to hustle for your money.
Listen, speaking of hustlers, this Q, my boy, is like the ultimate fucking. That's what I'm saying. He started a barbershop. He was a fucking criminal on the streets, right? Gangs and everything. Finally said, you know what? I'm gonna get a job. Fucking worked his ass off, bought the barbershop, and now invests in clubs and fucking real estate, and he's fucking huge now. And he's, you know what I mean? He's one of those that fucking took an opportunity and said, you know what? This isn't for me. Maybe let me fucking do something different with my life.
But that's all you got to do is go out and work for it. You go out. You go out and
Exactly.
work
If
for
you
it.
hustle, you'll get it. If you take your
Yeah.
ambition and put it towards something else, you'll be fine. Come on, Max.
Well-
Home now.
You talking to your son or your dog?
My dog.
So the moral of the story is, all these people have to do is put a little bit of effort in there, and they'll get themselves a job. And this is at all levels. It's not just entry level jobs. They're going all the way up. They can't get workers because the government's paying them so much to sit at home.
And we've known about this since a year ago, but now we're actually seeing it in real life.
In real life.
We knew this was going to be a repercussion
Yeah.
of these policies. So no one on this show or watches this show is going to be surprised to hear that.
It just, I figured there'd still be people that wanted to go out and work, but there's just not.
Yeah.
Shit, I want to work. I just want to work for a better company.
Right. But I mean, listen, that's basically what their situation is. They don't want to bust their behind to make, $80, $100 a night working as a waitress. They want to, you know what I mean? They want to go get a job.
I heard I was on a date back in November, and the girl worked in a doctor's office. She was like, I actually think she might have been a doctor of some sort. I wasn't really paying attention, but she told me. But she told me that I actually took that from Dumb and Dumber, if you remember. But she was talking about how like the college kids that worked there part time that got laid off wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
Like they're working there for like to put on their resume to get a better job after college, because
Right.
that's a long way. Your experience goes a long way, no matter what. And she was saying the kids wouldn't even come back because they were making like $1,200 a week. With
It's-
the,
And you can't blame people for that either.
but like,
that,
why are college kids getting $1,200?
Listen, it's
I was
Exactly.
making $1,200 a week out of school with a
Juice,
job,
It's 700.
I'll be right back.
All right, Joe.
dude. I wasn't making $1,200 every other week. I was making
know.
like a G every other week.
Listen, it's more than 1,200. It's $731 from the state plus the extra 600
From Uncle
Right,
Sam.
that's 1,300 and change they're getting. Plus, they're throwing them $600 and $1,200 and $2,000 and everything else. So these people got more money than they've ever seen before.
Well, what happens when it runs out and then they're forced to get a job? Then there's going to be so much competition to try to get a job. The market's going to drive down the wages and stuff.
Yeah.
So
And
that's going to be a disaster when those checks run out, because they're not going to last forever.
No, when they eventually pull the plug on the unemployment, right? Because they keep extending it indefinitely now, because there's only 26 weeks. Now it's going on 52 plus and continuing. So these people are going to be riding this train until it's over. Even if they get a little bit less and a little bit less, they're still going to ride the train.
Quite frankly, I don't blame them. I'd rather get paid more to sit on my ass than actually go to work. If I was in that situation, I really, what are you going to take a pay cut to go to work? That's crazy. Look, here's my take on it. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I mean? The government has no business writing these checks for people. That's
I hear you. All I can tell you is back when I was a kid, right? 17, 18 years old, I pumped gas for $5.75 an hour. Then I went and drove a truck for $8.25 an hour, right? And I was in that, doing that, and I was like, this isn't the life for me, right? And the guy at the gas station kind of fired me abruptly, right? He was, I knew him real well. His name was Fred. He owned the Sunoco station in town.
Oh, you work for Freddie Sunoco?
Dude, I worked for Fred Murad, for years, right?
Why did he randomly close down, by the way?
Because he was 73 years old.
It just felt, it was just random. Like one day I drove by, it was all boarded up.
Yeah, listen, the bottom line is that every year Sunoco raises his rent, right? The gas station, gas isn't profitable anymore because it's so expensive. Because for a while they were making some money in the gas.
Maybe after the election he closed because he knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, with the $4 a gallon. And then the auto repair business, right? Now everything requires computers. To do a brake job, you need a special computer.
I brought my Cadillac to him like a year ago, because the AC wasn't working unless you were stepping on the gas, and he couldn't. He just didn't have the fucking computers to fix it. I had to go to the dealership.
Yeah, basically, he can't fix any of the newer cars.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
you know,
because they design them so that you have to come back to them to fix it, and then they charge you a fucking asshole and a leg.
I mean,
get it fixed.
luckily, I still have my warranty. I don't know if I still have it now, but I had it
But
then.
either way, if you're fine, if you buy a car, and then the fucking parts are just astronomical, and then you got to go back to the dealer to fix the computers and shit. Meanwhile, I like cars that have a motor, a fucking pedal, and some wheels. That's all. I don't need all of that computer shit.
I hear you. Look at this. It's the government's fault because you know what they did? They went and passed the right to repair bill, right? So they're saying that you have to be able to fix your own car. So the dealer's like, sure, anybody can fix our stuff. After they buy a $50,000 computer and they're a $20,000, screwdriver,
Right.
right? Then, of course you can fix it anywhere you want.
Dude, I tried doing like a simple I tried changing the grill by myself. I looked up a YouTube tutorial, the grill on the front of my car.
Yeah.
So I bought like a way cooler looking grill than the stock grill. And it's
What do
impossible.
you have? A Cadillac what?
2014 CTS coupe.
Okay, I know exactly which grill you're talking about. The interweave one, right?
Yeah, it's damn
That
near
shit is
impossible to take out that front grill. They made it look so easy on YouTube, but I don't know what the fuck obviously you don't need a computer to take a grill off. But they had some sort of special tool that they weren't telling you about because
Right.
I was
Mhm.
like, after 5 minutes, I'm like, I'm not even gonna fuck with this because I'm just gonna be wasting my time.
One of
You
my
should've came
friends.
over, we would have broke out the angle grinder.
One of my friends had a fucking, I think it was like a Chevy Malibu or some shit or whatever it was. To change the headlight, okay, and I thought he was fucking with me when he first said this. I was like, no way. But then I looked it up and it's legit. To change a headlight, you have to take the entire bumper off.
Dude, that might be true for my car also because Chevy and Caddy are related.
It's crazy, bro.
It might be similar parts or even the same parts.
Yeah, listen, I got a brand new Ford Explorer, 2020 Ford Explorer. The battery is like in a compartment up like underneath the windshield. Like you got to take it's literally, it's not in the front of the engine bay like where a battery's supposed to be. It's buried, like you can't even get to the battery. Forget about it. You got to take half the car apart.
Bro, I had an 83 Cadillac with a small block 350. I was able to go in the fucking engine bay. You could close the fucking hood on top of my head, and I could still fucking swing my head around. Dude, nowadays you got all the computers, boxes, and plastic and shit. In order to get to shit, you got to fucking spend 3 hours disassembling stuff. It's ridiculous.
Who's got the time to do that, especially like you guys? You guys have families, let alone figure out how to do it first.
That's why I like cars 2000 and under. You can still change the oil, you can still change the brakes, you can still do all what you got to do, and you don't have to worry about computers.
Listen, I got a 1989 Corvette. That thing's full of computers. Even that old.
It's a Corvette.
Yeah.
What year?
89.
Really? And it's still really? It still has.
It's got all kinds of computers and sensors and everything else. It's all digital, man. It's even back then. So it's just getting harder and harder and harder. The stuff for the 89 Corvette, you can buy anywhere, right? It's generic Chevy parts. This new stuff, man, only from the dealer. You need computers to even bleed the brakes.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not really a big car guy to begin with, but if I watch like a how-to video, 9 times out of 10, I can do the how-to. But dude, even changing the battery on the key fob is a fucking pain in the ass.
Oh, I mean that's.
And I've done it. I've changed my own battery, but not without breaking the clip on it that clips the front to the back or the back to the front.
I'm doing struts and links on a car this weekend, right? I'm just saying, still, it's good to be handy.
Struts were fun on my Firebird. Let me tell you, I enjoyed working on my Firebird. I knew where everything was. I was able to get to shit. I had fun with that car.
With your Firebird?
It was a 96.
Okay.
It was a stick shift. It was my baby, and it got taken away from me by some asshole with no license.
Asshole.
It happens. I'll get it. Listen, I promised myself I'm getting another one down here. So it's just a matter of time.
Typical.
Yeah, well, you know.
You
Yeah,
gotta
no
find-
license, no insurance. Fucking whammy. Totaled my shit up. I was not happy.
And then you get screwed because did you have uninsured motorist coverage?
Yeah, it was garbage. They gave me fucking, I don't know, maybe what the fuck did they give me? Like 2,500 for the car, which is a fucking slap in the face.
Nothing.
I was like,
You can't
fuck
do
you.
nothing with that.
The amount of money I fucking spent putting that fucking car
They're
together, you
supposed
can
to
kiss
give you
me
whatever
now.
the car is worth before the accident.
Right, but okay, now what they give you for cars is what it like whatever a car needs to drive, they're gonna give you back. So any add-ons that you have, they won't give you. Meaning, if I had just spent money on a used motor that I swapped out, I think I spent like the fuck was $3,500 on the motor. I just got the rear end redone. I just got a new clutch on it, but they don't give you any money for that extra.
No.
You know what I mean? Because the car needs that to drive. If you had extra shit like fucking like add-on lights and add-on like shit that you don't need to drive, then that's what they give you money for. But if everything that, yeah, they don't fucking give a shit about that stuff.
I can tell you I learned a couple things with insurance companies. So insurance companies, like if you total your car, they give you an offer. They're like, okay, well, your car's totaled. We'll give you, they came back to me and they said, we'll give you $10,500 for your car that got totaled. And I said, well, that's not enough money. Clearly I could get more money for this car. So what they made me do was show them ads for this car, right? And then they sent them ads from anywhere from 14,000 to 18,000, and they ended up giving me $15,600, right? So they went from 10,500 to 15,600 because I argued with them. So never take their first offer. That's the first thing.
Well, it was my first car. First time I totaled anything. It was Christmas time. I was like, I need a fucking car. I need some gifts. So I was like, fuck it, whatever.
No, I hear you, but you could have gotten them for more. So I can tell you that. Then I bought the car. They totaled the car out for 15 grand, right? 15,600. I bought the car back from them for $2,500.
Okay.
I fixed it for $2,500 myself. And
Right.
I had it painted by a body shop, and I made myself $10,000. Then I drove the car for another couple of years and sold it for $7,500. So my car that was worth nothing ended up giving me back $17,500.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't thinking back then. I was young.
Yeah,
I actually just got rid of one of my cars today. I fucking called up the Cash for Cars motherfuckers, and they came here, swooped up my shit, gave me some cash.
There you go.
Yeah.
For this weekend.
No, just because.
Can you write that off on your taxes, or did they actually buy it from you?
I have no idea.
Well, no, because if you donated it, you write that off on your taxes.
No, I didn't donate it.
Oh,
I can't afford that right now.
So yeah, back to nobody wants to work, Juice. Nobody.
Well, I want to work for a good company, so.
That.
Yo, you said you have another meeting?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Another meeting, like with the job interview or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of these companies are like jerk off companies, and I'm trying because I'm getting forced out of my job about a little less than a month from now. And they gave me like a 60-day grace period. So like that was about 35 days ago. And then what I realized is I'm rushing, and I'm going to slip on a banana peel because I'm talking to like a bunch of shitty companies. It's quantity over quality. And I said to myself, you know what? If the day comes, where I got the 60-day warning and that 60th day comes and I got let go and I don't have a job yet, that was my one thing. I got to have something lined up. But that's how I got into the situation I'm in now because my last company was dicking me around and I had this job lined up before any shit hit the fan with that company. But that's
Right.
but now I'm here in this position, so I don't want to create like an endless cycle of this.
Yeah, I hear you. Well,
I said to myself, let me slow down and let me find like a really good company to land at whether it's now, before they let me go, or whatever, 4 months from now. Because I haven't used unemployment in God knows how long, probably since 2014.
right, so you can ride that train for, at this point in time, indefinitely.
Right. So, I was like really freaking out that I got to find something. And then I was like, you know what? I have the luxury of time. And by the way, COVID, you could use that as a reason why someone let you go. That's an acceptable answer right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's got nothing to do with my performance. And honestly, COVID really did kill my business. It really did. Especially, you got to keep in mind, when people don't work in an office building, they don't buy what my company sells, because my company sells equipment for corporate offices.
Right, and all the corporate offices are closed.
Yeah. So
So
just
how
the
could
fact,
you-
just the fact that I'm still hanging in there now, I consider that an accomplishment more than
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, because a sales job is tough right now. If you're selling something that, again, as you said, commercial office spaces, all the offices are closed. Everybody's working from home. They're not buying anything. If
Right.
anything, hey, could you take this back? We don't want what we have already.
Right. So, for example, my uncle that's been doing this for 30 some odd years, that's been, we have our own podcast together, Rubbing the Rhubarb. And occasionally he pops up on my What's Trending live show. He's in the
Nice.
infosec business. You know what I mean? COVID does not impact that, because just because people are not working in offices doesn't mean they're not working. So you always are going to need infosec. Security is always a priority.
Yeah, and I can tell you, even with what I do IT for an IT company. Nothing's been affected with us, really, right? I mean, there were certain sectors that were affected, but overall, right, as a company, we're still
Right.
doing good.
Because companies always are going to need a network and a structure and and whether it's on premise or colo, they need a physical presence fucking somewhere.
Yeah,
For all
and
their
that's why Amazon stock is what it is a share. It not only is it from your retail goods,
it's
from their,
it's a lot to do with that too.
no, but it's the Amazon Web Services is what the moneymaker. You know how many? Yeah, mind you, they ship millions of them, but you know how many $5 flashlights you have to sell to make billions. I got it right, but it all adds up. But that the data center stuff, that's a pretty hefty penny what they charge for hosting in their data centers in their cloud.
Right.
Listen, let me just explain this real quick. Any business that can make people more lazy while they do things will make money. That's why Grubhub and all these companies that'll fucking come right to your door are so busy. Because everybody's saying, okay, I'm getting a check from the government. I don't even have to leave my house to fucking cash my check, right? Then I could just do whatever I want. I could fucking order food. I could order fucking anything I want. And I never have to leave the couch.
And the government
It's easier for them. So they're like, fuck it. I don't give a shit. Fine. If they want me to be lazy, they're paying me to be lazy. I may as well be a fucking lazy piece of shit and not do nothing.
Right. And Joe, I'm not sure if you're on the broadcast or not when I said it to Angry Steve, but I was like, I understand this gets tough to look at, and it's like really frustrating for people like us. But in this case, you can't hate the player. You got to hate the game. You got to hate the government. For the government really is
exactly. I'm not blaming the people sitting on their couch. Like I said,
I don't think you were here when I said this, but I said, why would you take a job for a pay cut when you can just sit on your ass and get the check from the government?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I blame the government 100% for this.
Absolutely. I'm with you. I don't blame them, because I'll tell you, if I was young and this opportunity came, what? I was stupid back then. I'd be like, all right, shit, I'm cool. But no, I said, you know what? Nowadays, I can't sit back because I'd lose my fucking mind.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to do it.
I don't know, man. I go to work every day and I enjoy it. Gives me something.
And that's a big thing too. You have to enjoy what you do.
I love what I do.
And these kids nowadays, they're afraid to use their hands. Like trade schools are dying for people to fucking like learn how to do shit.
That's
because trades
our
are
generation.
disappearing.
It was like, oh, you have to go to college. You have to go to. You can't not go to college, and that like this over like these stigmatized not going to college, like the likened not going to college to being a high school dropout.
Right.
And that's not
exactly.
And then a lot of these people go to college, they waste a ton of their money, which by the way, college tuition, the reason why it's as high as it is the government's fault. The government 100% caused tuition costs to go the way they are by providing guaranteed loans. So again, don't hate the player, which are the colleges with the high tuition. Hate the game.
Right.
Government.
Right. They give you they give you a loan. You take out a loan to go to a school for a job that's not available.
When the government guaranteed the loans, what happened? The colleges fucking jacked up the cost of admission.
Right.
Yeah.
No one talks about this. Nobody. We're the only literally, we're the only people talking about this. We're going to get pulled.
On the 100th episode of the Juice Giorgio Network.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I told you guys, I did a special NFL boycott club like a couple weeks ago with one of my friends that was never on the show before. And he's like a real, like he's got an encyclopedia like knowledge of all sports, especially football and especially the Niners. You don't know him, Angry Steve, but he's a friend of my family's, but
he's not from town?
No, he actually married my good friend's cousin, my good friend, I won't say his name because
no names.
He wants nothing. He wants nothing to do. He came on a podcast before when I first started. He wants nothing to do with it now.
Oh, because there's a guy that does the NFL Draft Bible that's from town. So,
but anyway, they pulled down our video and YouTube cited spam, scam, or one other bullshit thing, and I appealed it because they pulled down the video and they were going to give me a strike, and 3 strikes and you're done. But that was going to be like my warning strike, like my bogey strike. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to need as many strikes as they're going to let me have with my shit, right? So I appealed it, and I just said very nicely, I understand my video got pulled down for spam, scam, or whatever, misleading information or something. And my first reaction was the NFL must be in bed with big tech as much as the liberals are, right?
Oh, absolutely. NFL is in bed with big tech. Who runs...
But real quick though, I'll let you talk. But I did have the next day I won the appeal and they did put the video back up, so it was a win for the Juice Giorgio Network. Go ahead.
Absolutely not. So what happens is that the big tech is in bed with the NFL. So who does all the that yellow line that you see on the field, right? All the predictions and the
analytics,
the odds and the analytics. That's all run by Amazon Web Services.
Right? We can always assume that major money is going to be in bed with major money.
Yes.
It's just the way it is. It's the way the fucking cookie crumbles. You're not going to see a fucking small guy hanging out with the big guys. It's not the way it works.
No. But I think you said it in one of your videos the other day, Joe. Where they put the small businesses, right? Out of business, and they crush the small businesses, while the big corporations, like the big box stores, all profited and made billions during this COVID.
Right, and now people who needed that to survive are now on the red. They're in the red. They still can't they don't have the money to build their business up. But meanwhile, we're giving money to every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes here illegally. But whatever.
Right, and then we stopped foreclosures on anybody's houses. So not only are we paying everybody, but then you can't take anything that they have away. So all the foreclosures are stopped. All the evictions are stopped. Right. So now nobody's paying any of your loans. Right.
And that crushes the landlords, and that crushes.
Right. And that's another part of it. People who needed that to survive are now not surviving. And it's just it's a just downward spiral. This is how it all this is all they want. It's like I said in my video today. Even where the mask mandates are lifted and you don't have to wear a fucking mask, these people are walking around with face diapers on. And it's like, dude, do you enjoy it? Do you not get enough airflow to your brain? What's the deal?
I can't stand it. I was
exactly. As soon as they lift it, you're gonna fucking throw that thing in the garbage, right?
Absolutely. I
And
try
these fucking
now.
people, they're lifted and they're still fucking walking around. It's like you're just conditioned at this point. You're just a straight up fucking zombie, and you're just gonna do whatever they want. So then we may as well, give up on you. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
So how about I walked into a store on the boardwalk without wearing a mask? I didn't even realize it, right? And I'm looking around the store.
But you're on the boardwalk.
Yeah, I'm on the boardwalk, right? And I walked into a store, and all of a sudden I hear beep, 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 beep. Like I couldn't even understand the dude, right? And you're yelling and screaming. Everybody's staring at me. Everybody's walking out of the store.
But
like,
you're
like,
outside.
Like I'm the Unabomber. Like I'm the Unabomber with an armed vest strapped to me.
Right,
I
because
walked in.
because in a fucking society that they want, whoever doesn't comply is now the outcast, and they have to fucking point that person out. This is all shit that's already been done. Like, this is what people don't understand. All of this shit happened back in the fucking day when they were knocking on people's doors saying, as soon as we sort this out, everything's gonna be fine. And then, oh, you're hiding Jews. Oh, my neighbor's hiding Jews. Go get them. Like, this is the fucking world that they want. They want pure control, and that's all they want.
And that's what they succeeded in doing. They succeeded in creating sheeple, right? Now I'm going to
Right,
go
because
on
they're
and
so used to being told what to do that they need the next direction. They need the fucking next set of rules because
right.
they're so fucking brainwashed. They need to fucking, who do I listen to now? What's the next fucking thing you're going to take away from me? Like, how many freedoms do we have left for you to fucking take away already?
I know, and I know we have opposing views on the next part of this, but I'm vaccinated, so I don't care that I'm in the store without a mask on, right? Like I forgot, like I don't even
Listen,
care.
but at the end of the day, that
Not even
was
worse.
your choice.
What
But
happened?
you had the right to say you wanted it, right?
Yeah,
Okay, but now this whole fucking forced shit that they're doing is like no, that's where you're crossing the fucking line. I seen another video today, like they force vaccinated 3 kids with like mental issues, like that's where you're fucking pushing the line with me.
no. See, listen, if you have the choice and you want to choose your choice, that's what it should be, right? You can't force it on people. You can't say, oh,
Right,
because you want to go to school, go back to school, you need to be
right.
vaccinated. No,
Because then it's going to become a forced
yeah.
thing. Then it's like no matter what you do, you can't get ahead in life without getting this vaccine, and that's what they want. It's like they want people to comply and do what they want. It's fucking ridiculous.
Right, and I brought up the numbers the other day, and I'm sure you researched them pretty well about in the 2019, 2020, right, or the 2018, 2019 flu cases versus the COVID flu cases that didn't exist.
Yeah, like I say, no. What I said is that in 2018, 19, and 20, the same amount. I mean, it was off by a couple, but the same amount of people died. 2.8 million around.
Right, no, but if in the 2019 to 2020 flu season, 38 million people got the flu.
Why are you calling me? Sorry.
That's right. So 2019 to 2020, 38 million people got the flu. 38 million. Okay. In 2020 to 2021, only 1,822 people got the flu.
Exactly. It disappeared overnight.
38 million people from one flu to 1,822.
Yeah, and look at the numbers of COVID. It's around that. It's like 39 million or some shit, right?
COVID. Let's see. COVID cases.
It's probably at 38 or 39. Last time I saw it, it was like a 38, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. I haven't looked this up in quite some time. Right.
No, just go to CDC and it'll tell you the entire fucking world.
31.3 million cases.
So less.
Yeah. So 31.3 million cases. So less people got corona than they did the flu in that following
Right, but the
season.
flu only has 1,800.
Right. Now,
Right.
the deaths, right? Now I got it. It's a sad state of affairs, right? Anybody that lost anybody, right? But 562,000 deaths. Okay. This is in the U.S. 562,000 deaths. Okay. So now, how many people die of the flu each year? Right?
Same amount?
No, I don't know. That's what I'm looking. How many people die? I wish Juice was here for the.
I am here. I was
Oh.
just testing this out.
If you had the computer,
I froze
access.
again.
I'm single fingering this on my phone.
What do you want me to look up?
How many people die of flu each year? So
I'll look it up right now.
61,000 deaths annually since 2010. So 61,000 people die of the flu each year. So you know, I guess more people did die of COVID, right? I got it. It's a little bit more severe.
Well, again, are we conflating people that that died from COVID or people that had COVID in their system when they died?
Again, you got a point there, Juice, right? So, how many people normally die each year in the U.S.? Let's put that into perspective.
2.8 million.
2.8 million people die each year in the USA.
About, yes.
USA.
And that's what I was saying. In 2018, 19, and 20, the number was around the same. It was an average number, 2.8.
Yeah, I'm looking this up right now. Give me 1 second here.
If I'm not mistaken, I think there were more in 2018 than there were 2020.
Right. So then,
If I'm not mistaken.
yeah. So then, what are we doing here, right? What are we doing? Locking the country down.
Do you want to send me a link so I can put that on the screen?
I'm doing it on my phone. I can't text and on the phone and on the iPad. It's all too much right now. Sorry,
Right.
Juice.
It's
All right, I'm coming back in 2 seconds. I froze up.
Okay. But so the bottom line though is that many people are allowing the country to be shut down because, you know, a virus that if you want to stay home, you stay home. But if you want to go out, you should be able to go out.
Well, prior to this, I never heard of such a thing where you quarantine healthy people. That's new to me.
You quarantine the sick people.
Right. And that's the way, as far as I know, in the history of the world, that it's always been up until really up until COVID.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is but nobody wants to go back to work. So I mean,
that really fucking bothered you, huh?
It really bothers me because I can't get anybody to bring me my food. I can't get drinks.
That's why it's not even worth it to fucking go down.
Right. I can't get the what do you call it, the luggage cart, because you got to remember it's not just me with the a plastic bag, right, from the 7-Eleven with a t-shirt, a pair of underoos, and that's about it. I got my wife, my kids, all their luggage, all their toys, all their crap. Right?
I do it as like a not a baller, but I do it because I got a couple bucks and here you go. Like, I just don't want to do it myself, but you have a legitimate reason to want to use it.
Right. So, we call the luggage service, right? 37 minutes, right? And 4 phone calls later to get the luggage.
That's something else, man.
Right. Because they can't get anybody to show up. And the dudes that are working there, right? He's getting tired of running around like a maniac. So he's sitting there and watching him. He's got nail clippers clipping his nails, in the back where he thinks nobody can see him. But mind you, my vantage point from the outside, I could see right what he was doing. But she's crazy down there. So.
Oh, by the way, so Juice, what we're gonna do is now we might have some weather that weekend, meaning it might be a little rainy.
Oh, really? It was
so
just
what we're gonna do
Saturday
is
and Sunday.
What?
It was just rainy down there on Saturday and Sunday.
Well, what's going to happen is very simple. I said that if it's nice out Friday, we'll go to the beach. If not, we'll just go straight to Scully's house and hang out there where you shoot guns and fucking smoke weed and do all kinds of fun shit.
I have no idea what you're talking about with guns and weed. I have no idea.
Yeah. He lost all of his, actually. I completely forgot to tell you.
Boom, boom, boom. Open the door, ATF.
I don't even know who this person is you speak of. I don't think his first name starts with a J or anything.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the
this
deal.
guy definitely doesn't have a boat either.
No. Yeah. I'm getting yelled at. Let me go early. What? He's yelping because a dog just passed by and he smells the fucking dog's ass and he needs to fucking know what's going on. Oh,
So yeah, about that. Oh, did you see that the WrestleMania got screwed up? The ring.
Well, that's what I was talking about. That's what I was watching. So like I saw that in
Yeah,
real
the
time.
storm.
Yeah.
I was watching that too.
They have like a big
Anyone-
fucking thing over that they put over the ring, like a big structure, but that didn't. It's not rainproof.
No.
It's really he built it so it could hang the lighting grid to go over the ring. That's why they do. People think you do that for the rain, but the rain comes in all different directions. You know.
Yeah, but the rain in Florida isn't like the rain in New Jersey. New Jersey,
the
when it
rain here
rains-
goes sideways, bro.
No, listen, no. In New Jersey, when it rains, it starts raining on Thursday, and it'll rain till like Tuesday afternoon.
Right. I know what you meant when you said that.
Right. It rains like 6 days consecutively in New Jersey. In Florida, it rains for like 15 minutes. You know, you get out of the rain,
And it's free, and it's bad rain. It's like not.
No,
cool.
it's actually different. It's a little different. What it does is it rains at a certain time of day. Like I remember last summer, it was literally consecutive. Like at 6 o'clock at night, it'll be nice out, and then it'll just fucking the sun will be out a little bit, and then it'll fucking start coming down like the fucking hounds of hell for about an hour and change, and then it'll stop. And the same thing the next night. If you weren't home by 6 o'clock, boy, you was getting wet.
Oh,
Right. But,
is that why Tropicana Field has a roof on it?
Maybe.
I never thought about that till now.
but that's
Yeah, because-
that's how Florida is, man, with the rain.
Yeah,
But
summertime is when it rains the most here.
Yeah.
Like when it starts getting hot out, that's when the fucking rain comes. Like it,
Yeah,
it,
but
it
it does
actually
stop.
like it.
Yeah, it'll stop eventually. Here, like angry, it'll just fucking.
Yeah.
If it starts on Tuesday, it'll rain till Wednesday of next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We get like 6 days of rain.
A couple
And it's
years
like-
ago, you were probably down in Florida already, dude. But it was like 2 or 3 years ago. It was like it felt like it must have been 3.5 straight weeks of rain. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And it was when we were supposed to have nice weather too. It was like April, May, or June, one of those months. It wasn't like a shit month.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a throwaway month.
I remember one year it was beautiful every day during the week, and every weekend it was shit and rain. Like the entire summer, it was rain. Every
I remember
weekend.
that. That was within the last 10
Yeah,
years.
all week was the tease, and then Friday, Saturday came along, it was fucking shitey.
Yeah, but for the whole summer, it was.
That was like 2015 or 2016 or 14.
Like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So. But yeah. So anyways, that's New Jersey for you.
I mean, a couple years back, my wife was fucking out, hanging out. It was, it was a nice day. It was like 60-something degrees. She had the sunroof down and everything. Next fucking morning, it's snowing. And she forgot to close the fucking sunroof, bro. Dude, let me tell you something. Getting snow out of a fucking track of a sunroof is no fun, bro. It takes a while. I was not happy that morning.
That's rough.
Yeah. Never
But that
fun.
was obviously when you were up here, not down there.
Yeah. That's what kind of made me want to come down here. I was like, fuck this snow bullshit. I'm like, fuck this, man. Because I would talk about it for years, but then finally I pulled the trigger. And I was like, dude, it was very random, too. Like, I think it was a Wednesday. I said to my wife, I said, babe, I'm leaving. I'm going. I'm going to set shit up, and then I'm going to come get you. I said, I'm done with this bullshit. I'm sick and tired of freezing my balls off. I said, I'm done with it.
If you look at the what do you call it? My wife says, "Oh, I prefer the New Jersey winters to the Florida summers," and I'm like, "Why?" I'm like,
Why?
I'm like, "Why?"
That's the
First
best
off,
answer.
right? So, it's too hot in the summer. All right. Well, here it's too cold. So you want to know something? I'd rather be too hot and sit in the AC and have the option to do nice things outside and sweat my balls off, right? Then just freeze my ass off and that's it.
Right. Especially with me, I was swinging hammers. So when I'm bundled up and then I start swinging, I sweat underneath the fucking bundles. And then I become like a fucking microwave, and it's just bad.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's definitely, you get major cases. So something Florida gives you, swamp ass.
Dude, I have to agree with you. It gets fucking hot down here. I'm not gonna lie. There are days when I'm like, God damn it, am I ever gonna stop sweating? But at the end of the day, you suffer a little bit in the heat. You can still cool off. You can still throw some water on your face. You did. I don't know. It's just different for me.
Dude, I sweat up here as it is in the summertime, just going.
Well, you're gonna be sweating your bag off when you come down here.
Yeah, basically. I can tell
But it's
you,
all right, bro.
there's no-
That's why God invented shorts. You know what I mean? Shorts and sleeveless. Just go fucking. That's it.
you don't get 3 feet of snow down here.
No sir. No sir.
Dude, up here,
We had a
man,
lot of snow this winter.
I'll never forget. I bought my house. I walk up to my house. Right, I didn't live there yet. I just bought it, and it has a big circular driveway and a big driveway on the side. And I have to clear the driveway, and I don't even live there yet. And the sidewalk, I have a big sidewalk, and I had to go literally drive from the condo that I lived in over to the house, wade through 3 feet of snow up into the garage door to get out the snowblower that I bought, thankfully. and I spent 3 hours because I had no idea what I was doing at the time.
Bro,
3
you're
hours.
better off putting like a fucking like a plow onto a quad or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just bought the house. I barely had any money. My dad was like, as a housewarming present, I'll buy you anything you like, something that you need. And I'm like, well, I could really use a snowblower. So my dad bought me a snowblower. So
There
thanks,
you go.
Dad, if you watch this podcast.
Shout out to Mr. Angry Steve's father.
So, yeah. So that was it, man. 3 feet of snow. Every year I want to get out of here. I tell my wife, I'm looking up houses in, what do you call it? My place down there, John's Pass over there, trying to figure out how I can afford a spot over there.
Bro, you got it. You better think about it quick, bro, because people are buying down here like nobody's business.
Like nobody's business. But now you're moving away, right, Joe?
I'm not moving away. I'm moving to Dade City,
Okay, I gotta look where that is.
which is Dade City is about a half hour from where I am right now.
North?
Yes.
So by Spring Hill.
Yeah, yes, right near Spring Hill.
Okay.
So I mean, it's still close enough to anything I need to. You know what I mean? So I'm not.
No, you're not far. I mean, you're definitely a little bit more north.
If you're trying to go somewhere 15 minutes away, it's the same car ride.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the only thing I'm further away from is probably going to be downtown, but I don't give a shit. You know, I can
I've
go
never
there
really
if I
heard
want
too much
to.
about the downtown Tampa scene. I mean, there
What?
must be some cool bars downtown, I guess, right?
The only thing that's like, Tampa has a lot of colleges, so it's a very young crowd. I mean, I know it's perfect for you because you're all about tits and ass. You know what I mean? It's perfect for you.
There you go, Juice.
Hey, just look at my TikTok.
I'm just saying, but
you keep hold on, Joe. I don't mean to cut you off. Juice, you keep getting older. They keep turning 18.
That's all that matters, bro.
Sorry, Jew. You can continue now.
see me, I'm more like I chase the country road more. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking for the country life where I'm gonna be like around the corner from a fucking quad. I told you, a quad trail dirt bike. That's what I'm looking for. Pickup trucks and mudding and fucking shooting and doing the fucking redneck shit.
Well, that's what used to be appealing about the town me and Angry Steve are from, till they fucking had all these rich yuppies move into all these McMansions they built.
And that's what happens. That's why.
Until they destroyed fucking New York City.
Well, that's why Tampa's mayor is a fucking Democratic piece of shit, because the yuppies are moving in and it's becoming, like fucking somewhere I don't want to hang out. You know what I mean? Like it's, the kind of my shit don't stink play people. You know what I mean? I don't need those people in my life. Fuck you. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, because that's what do you call it? Because that's why the money's bringing in. That's why they got Gronk and they got
I just love that the guy who organized Trumparilla is shitting on this mayor, because the mayor, the mayor canceled Gasparilla. Gasparilla is a pirate parade, and it's like been going on for fucking years, right? And she canceled it because of COVID. So they're like, oh yeah, okay, we're just gonna take Gasparilla, change the fucking name, and turn it into a fucking giant ass. Dude, this is not just in Florida. They have Trumparillas
How did
going
they get
on
away with
everywhere.
it? How did they end up being allowed to do it?
I guess they pulled the right permits. They fucking made the right calls.
They made it political. You can't stop a peaceful political protest. You can't stop it. So that's
Right.
what they did.
Oh, dude, that's what Trump was calling his campaign rallies towards the end of his campaign, actually.
Yeah,
Right.
because you
fucking
can't
smart.
stop them. You can't censor.
Dude,
them.
I
You
love
can't
when
fuck them.
people say Donald Trump is stupid. That's my favorite. Hate him or love him, I mean, how could the guy be stupid and be where he is? I like that. to me.
Yeah, people. The problem is people who say that are stupid because they don't know what stupid looks like
And
because they're looking at it in the fucking mirror. As simple as that.
Listen, all I have to say is that I don't know exactly how much he's worth, right? Because I never looked it up. But we all assume Donald Trump's worth millions, correct?
Absolutely.
at least.
Anybody that accumulates that wealth, right, that's worth millions, right, is not an idiot. They're going to be an intelligent person because
Right, and they'll sit there and say, "Oh, his dad gave him $1 million loan." I don't give a shit. You turn $1 million into a fucking billion, you're a smart man.
How many other kids would that go up their fucking nose? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what? All these, oh, well, he had this that failed. He had this that failed. He had this. You know what? Failure is what fucking makes a person successful. If you don't know how to fail, you won't know how to be successful. So yeah, make fun of him, all the businesses he fucking failed on. But you know what? At the end of the day, the man's still worth way more than you. He wipes his ass with golden fucking toilet paper, and so you can shut the fuck up until you have golden toilet paper. I don't want to hear a fucking word.
Listen, that dude's place, man. You see that the inside of his
Mar-a-Lago.
I'm just saying.
The New York City.
His penthouse is like a fucking gold mine, bro.
It literally. You ever watch that cartoon when you were a kid, Scrooge McDuck?
Yeah,
right. Where he used to swim in the money. Dude, Trump's place looks like that. I saw the pictures. It's gold everything.
I know.
Gold couches.
And it's real gold too. Like he don't have fucking fake shit. The man is smart. He's got money and he invests in gold. The one thing that doesn't lose its fucking value.
Yeah. It doesn't lose.
And you call him stupid. This is what I love. These fucking idiots.
Right, but
hey, and Jews know a lot about money, so coming from him, that's a good endorsement.
Gold couches, gold vases.
I wish I was as cheap as my fucking Jewish brethren. You kidding me? If I was that cheap, I'd have money. I'd have a decent amount of money. But I'm just not that way. I don't know. I'm built different, I guess. It is what it is.
And then you told me a couple episodes ago you're a carpenter, right?
Yes, sir. A Jewish carpenter, just like Jesus.
Right.
Wow.
So have you seen the price of OSB lately?
Bro, you don't even gotta fucking tell me, dude. I priced a job out for a lady, okay, fucking 2 months ago. She wanted me to change her fence, right? I was like, all right. I looked up the material, everything. I was like, it's gonna cost you about $500 in material alone, right? So I was like, just double that. That's my fucking labor, and we'll call it $1,000, right? I go to the fucking company, and she said, I'll call you back, blah, 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 whatever. Finally, she says, I'm ready. I said, okay. So I go to fucking Home Cheapo, right? I fucking load up on shit. $789 for material. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm like, well, sorry, it's costing a little more. Sorry.
Everything is going up 20 to 30%.
It's ridiculous.
Now, why is this? For the people that don't realize why.
I mean,
why? It definitely has a lot to do with fucking what happened in Suez Canal. I can tell you that much.
No, it's a lot bigger than the Suez Canal.
I know it is bigger. I'm just saying that's a big.
We're leading into a hyperinflation. We're going up 20 to 30% cost in anything. You're bringing the country into inflation, hyperinflation, and when you hit double digits, it causes absolute chaos. And that's where we're in. Yep. We're in hyperinflation territory. We're speeding down a path for a giant recession. That this country is going to be worse than the Great Depression.
Yep.
That's where we're heading down right now.
But this was all part of their plan. Like this was all a fucking game that they were playing because again, you cripple the small business and make things only available to the big fucking stores. Then you charge motherfuckers a lot more money because everybody wants $15 an hour and they want to fucking, all of this bullshit. And then we all get the cost of all of these checks they're sending out to these fucking people. Everything's just going to go up because they got more taxes because of what's going on. So they got to fucking put an upcharge on their shit. And now we're all suffering. Now we can't make a fucking dime because it costs fucking $900 for 6 pieces of fucking plywood. Nobody's going to be able to make fucking money.
Yeah. Sheet of plywood is $53.
Yeah, a nice piece of plywood is like $90, bro.
Yeah,
Like you get some AC plywood, finished plywood, that's easily $100.
the oak plywood that I bought about 3-4 sheets of oak plywood to build shelves in my basement. $60 a sheet.
Yeah.
That
Ridiculous.
was 3 months ago. They've gone up 30% since.
Yeah. It's a disgrace. It's a joke.
It's an absolute disgrace. And everything, so nobody's paying their bills, nobody's working, and everything costs 30% more. This is a recipe for disaster. Houses in
100%.
houses in New Jersey, I know in Florida they're insane as well, but houses in New Jersey have gone up $100,000 since the start of COVID. Whatever your house was worth before the start of COVID, it went up $100,000.
Is that from people fleeing New York?
People fleeing from New York, not wanting to live in the city with bags of money, right? Because they were paying, $1 gazillion a month, so they got plenty of money to.
And so then they're going to make our shitty politics even shittier.
That's right. Now they're going to bring.
It's already bad as it was.
Right now they're bringing their liberal agenda over here, and we're going to get crushed even worse.
Hey, dude, Morristown is fucking liberal now. Fucking Morristown.
Because who moved to Morristown? Because people thought about this. They're like, all right, you know what? I'm fleeing the city. I want to, in case I have to go back there for my job, right, which I have, and I work from home, I could get on a train, right? So now instead of living in a 600 square foot apartment, I could live in a 6,000 square foot house on a 3/4 of an acre, right? Own a car and have a normal life, right? So now they get a taste of the good life, but then they're going to fuck it all up.
Because,
Yep,
dude,
because people don't learn.
as bad as this state is, our county's always been like medium rare red, at least. But now it's like turning bluer and bluer.
No, Morris County was always a Republican county.
It was always red.
It's always red.
Not so much now. Not so much now.
Most of New Jersey was red, right? There's that stripe that I told you goes from Patterson, Camden, Bergen County to Patterson to Camden, right? Like there's a line that goes straight down all the way to Trenton, and down to Camden, and that turns the whole state blue, even though it's a majority red state everywhere else, like land-wise. Obviously,
that's like the whole country. It's like the whole country.
Yeah, exactly. When you looked at the map, right?
Look at Illinois. Illinois got one county that fucks it up for the whole state.
One county, yep.
Cook County. You could say the same about New York also. I mean,
yeah.
And there is one. Staten Island's a red borough, but no one cares about Staten Island. But yeah, four boroughs fuck it up. And Long Island is like, I guess, purple, but it could go.
No, listen, Long Island, let me tell you something. You got the start of it, which is Queens, right? Queens is not Long Island, right? Queens is Queens.
No, Queens is guaranteed blue.
Yeah, no, Queens is blue, right? But then as you cross into Long Island and the further out you go, let me tell you something. It is Trump mania out there. They were doing parades up and down the Long Island Expressway, right, with the Trump, everybody driving their monster truck with their Trump flags.
But
yeah, Suffolk County is very red. I can almost guarantee it's very red. Nassau is a little shaky. Like once you get past Hempstead, it's all red, I would say.
Those four boroughs fuck it up for the whole state, though.
Yeah.
The whole state.
Yeah.
So much of New York is just hardcore red.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But
country,
the good parts of New York are red.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag, to be honest with you. It really is a mixed bag in New York. Because I talk to people, I even live upstate, and yeah, there are more Trump supporters up there, but there's still a lot of blue up there.
It's like here.
Yeah, listen, I think New York has more Democrats than New Jersey. I mean, obviously, there's more people, so yeah, I mean.
But you mean in terms of percentage?
Yeah, I think the percentage is higher. But it's okay.
I think New Jersey is like 40-40, and then they're like 20% maybe independent, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, everybody in New Jersey realizes every politician is corrupt. You know, what politician doesn't have his hands in your pockets, right? So.
Yeah, we're definitely a top fucked up state for sure.
Listen, when they threw the T in the harbor, it didn't go far enough. Because we're right back to where it was, where they're taxing, everything, adding taxes to everything. Everything's costing 20 to 30% more. They're giving away free money. That's even going to make it go up higher. And I don't know who's paying for it, because who has all this money?
Rich people.
We're paying for it, bro.
That's exactly the problem. That's exactly the problem.
We're going to
You
raise
know,
taxes on the rich.
and that's the part that really that pisses me off, Juice. You have no idea where this idiot Biden's like, oh, I'm only going to raise taxes on people who make $400,000 or more.
That's not even a lot of money over here.
No, but just follow this. You make $50,000 a year. I'm just exampling, right? Example, you make $50,000 a year. You're like, oh, it's not going to affect me. I'm voting Biden. No, idiot. It is affecting
Yeah, but the person
you.
who owns your company, chances are, makes more than that.
Right, but the people that were making $400,000 a year or more still want to make that same amount of money. So what they're going to do is they're going to raise the cost of their product, or they're going to,
Well, yeah, they're going to pass
that
tax on to the customer.
yeah, they're passing that tax on to you that makes $50,000 a year, and you sheeple, you lined up 73 million people who had their head up their ass, supposedly, either that or however many illegal votes they got. But somehow this idiot.
No, more people than anyone in history voted for Biden. Way more than 73. It was like 80 million.
Yeah. How many dead people voted for him? Did you see that?
Oh, we're not. You can't. Oh, we don't want to
sorry.
get pulled. We don't want to get pulled.
Sorry.
You mean dead people voted for Trump?
Yeah.
And he still lost.
So
You mean dead people voted? I gotta turn the volume down. I thought I had it on mute.
So. And that's what really grinds my gears.
Well,
Hey, bro, you're preaching to the choir here, man.
You're referring to corporate tax rate, though. I thought you were talking about personal income.
No, but it's the same thing. Well, obviously all our taxes are going up, right? My property taxes go up. Taxes on gas are going up. The income tax is probably is going up by a percentage, right? They raised the tunnels and bridge tolls.
What's really
going up.
amazing to me is that our money in New Jersey is already taxed twice before we take it home. And then we still have to pay all these other fucking taxes when we buy stuff.
Yeah.
Or you want to take a ride on the Parkway. You got to pay these fucking tolls.
Listen, a family of four, okay? I went away for 4 days, okay? We went to the Wildwood Boardwalk, which is a shithole. The Atlantic City Boardwalk, which is high times. We went to Seaside Boardwalk and Point
Shithole.
Pleasant Boardwalk. Right? On my kid's spring break. We went to all 4 boardwalks. Okay? We stayed in Atlantic City. The room, I paid $140 for the 4 nights. It was comped. I had to buy 1 night. Okay? I spent $2,000. I spent $2,000 between going out to dinner and playing on the boardwalk.
And that's not even like an extravagant fucking vacation.
No, the Jersey Shore for a long weekend.
Bro,
Bro, that's like when I bring to Vegas to go to Vegas for a long weekend.
Listen,
Bro.
I'm just one person. And that's not even gambling.
Right. I mean, listen, I went down with $600, right? So I spent $300, and before I even got down there, because we stopped at one boardwalk. So right, I got $300 left. I turned that into $1,100, right? So I made some money, right? So, but then I came home. I turned it into $1,100 after I spent the $300, and I came home with $100, and I didn't gamble anymore. It was all food. The food is the most expensive shit going on ever now, right? Getting food out, not only from the grocery store, but going out, man.
Forget
it's a
it.
fortune. I was spending $120 on lunch, right? And my kids are 8 and 10 years old.
Yeah, they're not ordering fucking twin lobster tail for lunch.
No, they're getting chicken nuggets, right, and an apple juice. I paid $15 for chicken nuggets and an apple juice.
Dude, you're better off going to a Yankees game. I think
I paid $15 for a mac and cheese. Then they wanted the souvenir cups, right, which were for $10 each, right? Then I got an inedible burger, and my wife got an inedible burger, right, because the food was garbage at the one place we went to, right, for the kids. And that's $120.
So speaking of this shit, I was talking to my
and then
buddy
you want to
Justin.
tell me to come down.
No, but listen. So I was going to tell you to come down for other reasons, but
I know.
the shenanigans.
I hear you.
So I was driving with Justin one day, right? And I hop on the parkway, and it's like a toll, but like it's not a toll like you think. I think it charges you like $1 and change to fucking drive on this highway. He's like, "Yo, you got to get a sun pass." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "You save yourself like 30
That's
cents
like
or some
Easy
shit."
Pass or something, right?
Yeah. So he's like, "You save yourself like 30 cents." I'm like, "Bro, I'm not worried about the couple fucking tolls I'm taking." I'm like, back in New York, it was like a toll. You know what I mean? Here is nothing. He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Bro, I think the Verrazano costs like fucking 14 or
It's
15
insane.
bucks to pass."
Hey, dude, I used to, when I worked in Midtown, the headquarters was out in
He's outside. Go
Islandia.
to bed.
Are you familiar with Islandia?
Not really.
It's like on the border of the two counties that make up Long Island. It's a little town
Okay.
called Islandia. But anyway, when there were days like a couple times a month, I had to go directly to Islandia, and I had to drive there, obviously. And it would cost me like between $30 and $40 in tolls just to get there. There's no tolls coming back into Jersey, by the way. All the tolls are like to get into New York.
Right.
Yeah, Jersey's free to get into. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, but that's a scam too because it's the corrupt Port Authority of New York and New Jersey.
Right. I was telling my buddy. I was telling how much.
But it's
costs to
just funny
fucking-
that they only charge you to get into New York. It's my
Yeah.
point.
So yeah, I was telling him about how much it costs, and he was like, "Bullshit." I was like, he looked it up. He was like, $19 if you're not a resident. I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Welcome to New York."
It's $16 if you don't have an Easy Pass in New York just to get into the city, right? Then if you go with one of the other boroughs, you got to pay either Triborough Bridge or the Queens Midtown Tunnel,
Yep.
or it's not the Triborough Bridge anymore. They had to rename it. It's the RFK Bridge.
Hey, dude, this is a total libertarian idea because I heard a libertarian say this idea. Why don't they get companies to get naming rights for these bridges and tunnels, and they actually can lower some taxes and make some money? Because that would be fucking smart.
Well, they would take
Like
our
the way
money
that
and then they would
companies
take
name
some
like a
more.
football stadium. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But no, we got to name it the Cuomo Bridge and fucking whatever.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, you're right. You can name it the Microsoft Tunnel, and
Right.
the
Dude, they could make so. God forbid they do anything to actually help out the taxpayer. You know what I mean?
Don't worry, they would just take their money and our money.
That's why I'm only registered as a Republican, really, so I could vote for like the most libertarian / Tea Party candidate in the primaries. I hate both parties, bro. I'm an equal opportunity hater.
Right, and look, Trump can't stand the Republican Party, but even he had to concede a little bit, right?
Well, to get some things done, he had no choice.
He had no choice because you either have the backing of the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. If you're an independent, you're automatically lost.
You're done.
Your vote is for the other guy.
Yeah.
So even Trump had to concede a little bit with the sticking with the Republican Party because he wanted to abandon them because they all suck and he knows it. Draining the swamp on both sides, and he wanted to start his own party. But the problem is, no sane person ever goes anywhere with their own party.
No, you already got a nice coalition because Trump supporters really, it's like a lot of Republicans, but it's also a lot of non-Republicans too. And you really do have a lot of rhinos that hate the guy.
Yeah, you got a lot of Republicans that hate the guy, or a lot of rhinos, you're right. And you got a lot of, you got a lot of people all around that hate them. But listen.
Because government is fucking dirty. Both sides are fucking dirty. Like I say, they go in with good intentions, but they end up fucking getting sucked up.
Right. What did they say that, supposedly the numbers were around 72 million votes for Trump to 73 million votes for Biden.
No, they said Biden got 80 million, dude. I don't know where you're getting
80 million now.
I don't know where you're getting 72 from. The number's 80.
Oh, well, when I originally watched it, right? I didn't watch it the finished tally vote, but the one where they said that Trump.
I mean, by the way, I don't care about the popular vote, dude, because you could get 4 million more votes just in California or New York alone.
But what my point is that roughly half of the country that voted, voted against him, and half the country voted for him. So if you really look at it, right, I it's really a mixed bag. That's really what you have. It's just a matter of where the people are located.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, listen, just because the 73 million people occupy 80% of the country, and then 73 million people occupy 20% of the country, and that's the difference. That's why you got these, Austin, right? San Francisco. Look, these, they run San Francisco.
Well, I don't think Austin is enough to ever flip Texas. It's gonna have to be.
You watch.
It's gonna have to be Austin plus Houston plus Dallas.
Listen, Seattle went to shit. The people moved out.
You got to write off the Pacific Northwest. Just write those crazy sons of bitches off.
No, but hold on. But let me go with this. Portland, Oregon. They destroyed that.
Right. You got to write that off.
Now, then San Francisco.
Let them secede. Let them fucking secede.
But listen, Juice, these cities, right? The Chicago, right?
Fucks up everything for Illinois. Fucks up everything.
Right. San Francisco for California.
L.A.
Right, L.A. They're destroying all of these cities, right? With their Democratic run ways, and now they're going to destroy Austin. And then it's going to spread from Austin like a virus into the rest of Texas.
Like the coronavirus?
Like the coronavirus. It's going to be the liberal virus that we have to stop.
No, you know what I call that? I call it the zombie apocalypse, motherfucker.
He just put on his glasses like Piper from fucking They Live.
Right. But so they're going to destroy Texas. And then what do you think's next? Coming soon to a red state near you, they're just going to plague it and ruin it, and the media is backing them, and we're in real trouble here.
As much as I love Florida, Florida's been a purple state. It's not like a straight up red state. Ron DeSantis did not win that election easily. He barely won that election. I love him.
I can almost guarantee you that I think people are going to vote him back in because they like what's going on. Like they see people are actually seeing what's going on in the rest of America, and they're like, hell no.
They're going to have to get a real moderate, like a legitimately moderate Democrat to go against him, because the guy that he beat was a super liberal Marxist kook.
Yeah,
that guy. And then they caught him with a gay, like a year later after he lost the election to Ron DeSantis, they caught him in like a motel room with crack and a gay prostitute.
Oh, was
surprise! He's probably one of Hunter's
and that guy came this close to winning that fucking election. Because, dude, your boy Ron DeSantis ran a horrible campaign. He had to get Trump down like at the last like few days prior to the election to help campaign with him. I heard on like national radio shows that I listened to, they were all worried about him because he was like he was like MIA. Like no one knew when he was supposed to be out campaigning and shit.
Yeah. But the other guy,
but he won. Hey, it doesn't matter. It's like, what does your boy say? It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Yeah,
exactly.
He won. That's all that matters. Thank God he won.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter how many thousands it took him to get there. When he wins, he wins.
Indeed, I'm glad he did.
Winning is winning.
You know my reference there, huh, Juice? Right?
What?
If a Juice guy, it doesn't matter how many thousands you're down, as long as you come back and win. Winning is winning.
Yeah, well, if it's overnight, then it's questionable.
He ain't talking about a movie. He's talking about a man.
Talking about a man, a myth, the legend.
Oh man,
I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. So
we're talking about Father Frank.
Oh, I was
name drop. I thought we said we weren't going to do any name dropping.
Well, I mean, this wasn't his name. It's just Father Frank.
Now they're gonna now a certain government agency is gonna be like, oh, who's this Father Frank guy that's connected to Juice Giorgio over here. But if they're in my phone, which I'm pretty sure they are, he's not in my phone as Father Frank, so you ain't gonna find him that way.
No, it doesn't matter. The artist, formerly known as, has 13 different addresses that all point
and aliases.
And aliases.
Couple passports, bunch of cash, couple guns.
Hey, you're speaking a couple of truths over there that you don't even know.
I don't want to know. It's not nothing to do with me. I don't want no part of it, bro. It's the way I live my life. It's how I don't get in trouble. If it don't affect me, it's not for me.
All right, folks. Well, on that note, I'm what do you call it? Gonna
Yeah,
wrap this one up.
I think this was a great 100th podcast for me. I had a great time. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to get in before we call it a day.
No,
I'm
but
Gucci, bro.
enjoy your trip, and if you want to stream live while you're down there, hit me up.
I'm probably not gonna have time to do that. Honest, I thought about it. Probably just not gonna have time to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't. If I had like a bigger following, with like, if there were like a couple hundred people that watch this all the time, every time I went on, I would 100% do it. But with where I'm at right
chances are though, I'll go live on TikTok, so you'll be
Yeah.
able to be there in some kind of way.
yeah, I'll go to his world for once.
All right, I'll have to follow you over there, guys.
All right.
So enjoy your trip, and let me know when you're not coming back.
But I mean,
Hey,
we're probably going to do another one of these shows on Wednesday, I would imagine.
Okay, well, I'll be in the Wednesday.
Even if we do one tomorrow, you can still come on. So I think we'll talk again before.
All right. Let me know.
All right, well, I'll end it here, and then I'm not going to punt you guys off. So peace out, Juice
All right.
Heads.